funny how when one thinks of the past, it's always accompanied by music. Now, as I get closer to meeting my maker, I find myself recalling all the lives that have shaped mine. I'm the only one left, and to me falls the care of these trunks, each representing a sister, not made by blood, but by something far stronger. This chest represents the life of Stagecoach Mary. Stagecoach Mary can shoot so straight she can pierce a man's ear over the heart when he have him wearing studs the next. The objects in this trunk belong to the most beautiful woman in South Texas. Her name is Carlotta, and she twinkled as beautiful as the night sky. Some called her the angel of San Antonio, but her heart was cold and black. She helped many a man die peacefully in their sleep. Now this beauty belonged to a pair of sisters, Anne and Joseph, who came to ride with us from somewhere deep in Brownsville. We call them Chili and Spice on account of bombs and dynamite were second nature to them. And finally, this box. This box belongs to me, the woman I was 40 years ago. The time was March of 1867, a time remembered rough, and women were wild. In a previous life, we were known as the Wild Bunch Women. The Old West knew us as cattle rustlers, stagecoach bandits, and bank robbers, but I knew them as family.
How the heck did we not see through their disguises? You hadn't seen their cowboy boots under their dresses. We'd be hanging at the ropes by now. And to top it all off, there was nothing in the money box.
We'll just have to make room for the dust settles. It's gotten too dangerous for us in San Antonio. If we go south and follow the Rio River, we can head to any of these three locations.
I like the way that one sounds. Road mud. Let's cross there.
It's as good as any. We'll head up there tomorrow.
Carl, I think we need to be smart about how to proceed. If one of us was bound here, then we need to disguise ourselves.
As what? So ludicrous? I want to know how to flirt with my life depending on.
Well, we'll figure it all out tomorrow morning. We've been riding all day and it's late. Pearl, you want a fire?
No. Too dangerous. You and Chili take the first watch, wake me up in 3 hours, and I'll take the second one. It's going to be a long 3 days ride for each one. We'll settle there a spell. Pretend to be pious citizens and scope out for things. We're going to need some seed money if we're going to start a fresh investment.
Here's the last picture. Enjoy it. Tomorrow we're back to hunt red. Pearl, do you regret
betray him and his brother Frank.
And so Pearl and Wild Bunch left for Rome, deep in the heart of South Texas. Rome was a sleepy little town that's right by its sister city in Mexico, Miguel Elm. Wherever there was the town square, where a bluff adjacent to the town square overlooked the river. If you listen quietly at dusk, you can hear the calls of so many different birds. You'd think you're in a bird watcher's paradise. Into this jolly little haven arrived a woman, pretended to be missionaries for the Lord. And this is where Pearl's memory inserts me into the story.
You may as well dress us up as mail order rats. Who's going to believe we're nuts?
Where did you get these anyway, Carlotta?
I found a few nuns taking a bath just a couple miles where we came, so I just borrowed these from the rocks that left behind. Don't worry, I have some stuff in my setup bag so I didn't leave.
Well, we're already in good Lord's black book. So, guess it doesn't make a difference.
Out of curiosity, Carlotta, what did you leave those nuns in exchange?
Just this and that.
Howdy. Do you know what we can find in Greece?
The last I saw him, he was on his way to the mercantile. Why are there so many nuns living in the town?
Oh, we got a letter from the diocese and Dallas to make our way down this way. Too many people need ministry.
Who are you? What's going on here?
We're the Sisters of Divine Providence. Our mission is located in San Antonio, and we're on our way to Dallas to meet with the bishop. And we thought we could rest here a while before continuing our journey.
I am Father Santiago. Welcome, sisters. You may stay here as long as you like. I was being prepared for midday meal. You're most welcome to join us. The church is small, but we make it.
If you don't mind, Padre, we'd like to make our camp out here under the stars. We don't want to get used to living under a roof again. It'll create unnecessary hardship when we journey on the trail.
I understand. But please, join us for prayer. It would be wonderful to hear voices raised to the Lord and Latin again.
How are we gonna pull that off?
Do you need any help while you're in town? I'll sure could use the work.
Where are your parents?
Don't know.
Who are you staying?
No one in particular. Sam at the stable usually bed down the horses. I'm really hard worker, ma'am, and I don't eat much. I sure would appreciate any work you throw my way.
How about you help Sister Anne with the horses? I'm sure she would appreciate the help. We'll see how you do in the next couple of days. In the meantime, you bed down with us and eat by our campfire.
Thank you, Sister Pearl. You won't regret this. I'll be the best man you've ever had. Since when do we take in strings?
There's something about her that reminds me of the innocence we used to be. It won't hurt nothing. It's not like we're gonna adopt her and take her with us.
Maybe she's pulling on your mama strings. She might remind you of that baby girl you gave those rangers after you birthed her.
Maybe. You know, I still remember the day she was born. The wind was fluttering soft, bringing on the smell of wild apple. Our bottom was drenched in sweat, and the agony was unbearable, but I remember that baby smell more than anything else. I'm no good as a mother to anyone. Giving her up was the best thing I could have done for her.
How old do you think she'd be about now?
Around 15, like that little girl wandering around Rome by herself. Except my lad was growing up on a fine ranch outside of San Antonio. It doesn't get better than that.
She'll never know you killed her pa. But when the bullet right through his eye,
I had to. He betrayed me. No one does that who lives. Enough about the past. Let's go out and smoke the peace.
That's much better, Abigail. You seem happy. Then I'm sure you do well.
Yes, Father. I learned so many things from them. Sister Anne's been teaching me how to make bullets, and Sister Josie showed me to insert fuses in a bottle to make it explode.
These are odd things for nuns to be teaching. Lots of people have a strange choice of lessons. I must ask you no longer befriend these nuns I speak.
You must pardon me, Father, but I will not do what you say. These nuns are my friends. I feel safe around them. You have to see.
Father, Abigail, look at my new bicycle.
What's that contraption? Looks dangerous.
Nonsense, Father. This is the new world. You have to change with the times or be left behind, wither and die.
George Gilman, you left me in that store and charged an E. Dodson again. Pardon my spot for a moment. George, what's the point in me teaching you to family business if you're not around to learn?
Nonsense, Father. It's okay. I just took a 15-minute break to show Father Santiago my new bicycle. After all, it's the only one in town. And when I'm older, I'll own a fleet of ships and bring goods in from all over the new world.
Such ambition. And how will you pay for all this luxury you have?
I'll have faith. I'll own hundreds of dry goods stores all over the American West. And I'll call it Great American Tea.
Such lovely business plans. How about you get to work by making sure one store you own is profitable?
Don't listen to her, George. You're the smartest boy I know. If anyone can do it, you can.
Well, thank you, Abigail. I'll see you later.
Hey, fellas. You hungry?
You're very good with the voices. They stay calm around you.
I love them. They're the most magnificent of God's creatures.
Abigail, you shouldn't be alone. This is rough country for a young girl.
I make it do. I didn't start life like this. I never knew my real parents. I was brought up on a ranch outside San Antonio. According to Florinda, my Spanish adopted mother, my real mama left a fortune with me, so I could be raised in the lap of luxury. But when she started having kids of her own, she felt as I was a nuisance. It made a buffalo skin trying to take me off her hands. The man turned out to be nice, and he let me stay here instead of forcing me to go on the trailer.
How long have you been on your own?
About 3 years now. I was 12. Gosh, I feel these time passes.
Things will be better from now on. You'll travel with us, and you'll never go hungry. Won't have to worry about the men that walk the night. I will keep you safe.
Well. Ain't this a lovely sight? Pearl Heart as I live and breathe. Here's a nun hugging a child. You change profession.
Go get the sisters out there.
Sister
Do
Farrell,
as I said. Well, it's around the minutes I live and breathe. What are you doing on the side of the Missouri? Don't tell me Jesse James refused to make an honest woman out of me.
Hardly. My cousin would never go back on his word. I'm here on business. Why'd you leave like that, Pearl? No goodbyes in the middle of the night, like a bunch of
I didn't want Jesse to persuade us to change our minds. You turned him into a stone-cold killer. He's no longer robbing down the poor, but robbing for the thrill of it to line his pockets. I lay that change solely at your feet.
Oh, don't start believing what that nut habit represents. You're just like me, ready to kill with no remorse most of all, a hellion cat like you will always have your claws out, ready to cut and cut.
Zerelda! What a surprise to see you, isn't it, girls?
Why, Jesse says his howdy. He wants to let y'all know that there are no hard feelings that you left about the body.
That's mighty kind of you. You sent the message, now you can leave.
She's not going anywhere just yet, Chili. You want something, don't you?
Fine, fine. Jesse thinks that by leaving the gang, you hurt his ability to make a profit. So, he's asking $10,000 for way to make a man. Me and the boys are just camped right outside of town. We'll give you a week to come over to the cabin. And if you don't, we'll take it from every person.
And what makes you think we'll let this?
Sweetheart, I've got you outnumbered 50 to 5. You really think these village idiots will help you defend them?
The last person who called me sweetheart ended with a bullet in her eye.
Or sticking dynamite in their head.
Or with a belly full of poison.
Or with a rattler underneath the hole in the outhouse.
Or with a scalpel.
Oh, I'm sure I've missed you, but we'll see. We'll see. In best bunch.
Ladies.
I was wondering if you could offer me a confession.
Of course, my child. Let us make our way to the church.
If it's all the same to you, Father, I'd like to do a confession out in the open. With the breeze in our skin and the sun on my face.
Well, it's rather unconventional, but I'm sure the Almighty will protest.
I don't want to offend your sensibilities, so I'm going to tell you a story instead. Once upon a time, there was a kingdom across the ocean, who had a mighty king who owned many servants and abused them. And into this world of pain, born a girl, who at the 6 years of age was already considered a beauty in her own right. But one day, the king offered her a beautiful doll for you to foal into the stables. And not knowing any better, she slipped away from the fields and ran to her destruction. And afterwards, the king became bolder and bolder to wherever she wished. He gave her beautiful dolls and dresses every time he hurt her, so that after a year she had more things than she could ever use. But one evening, as she cried by herself, an old woman presented her with a beautiful ball full of clear liquid and told her, "Put this in the king's drink the next time you're in the palace. He'll never forget you again." The king became the young girl's first king.
Did this young girl repent her crime?
That's the problem, Father. How is she supposed to get into heaven if her soul feels unclean?
The Bible states, a child cannot possibly comprehend.
It's okay, Father. Let's just leave it alone for now.
Sister Carla, go in peace.
Blessed be all the saints, sister. We arrived on the worst for wear. Sisters, Father, we're so happy to see a man of the cloth. We didn't think we would make it.
I must admit, I'm at a loss for words. You dress like ladies of the evening, but you act like nuns of the faith. Can someone tell me what's going on?
We were set upon by bandits we weren't looking. They stole all our habits and left only these indecent clothes we see upon our bodies. We beg your pardon, Father, for our appearance, but please believe us. We were on our way to San Antonio,
likely just some of the supplies. Sisters! Sisters, can you please come out here?
Sister Divine Providence, I'm not familiar with that particular order. It's her sister, I guess I recognize her. She's the one who stole her clothes.
They're imposters! What? I have no idea what she's talking about. How dare you? How do you know you're nuns? You're dressed like saloon girls.
She has a point, ma'am. How can you say this?
A cradle. The imposters won't be able to pull it off. Yes, a cradle. The demon scum won't be able to stand the lights of heaven. Sisters,
Pater noster, qui in celis sanctificetur nomen tuum, agent regnum tuum, fiat valentuas tuas secut.
your turn, spawn of Satan. Spawn.
Calm down. There's no need for name calling.
Sisters, prepare. How dare you! That is how our order prays. You need to learn to be more tolerant of a religious sex.
Sister, no! Please, just stop. It's clear you and your group have no real religious training.
No harm done, Padre. We were just trying to avoid a bad situation back home. Ladies, calm down. You're all here nice and safe. We'll just get on our horses and be on our way.
Here's your clothes back.
The stench of sin permeates on these ropes, sisters. Let's go wash them, and if that doesn't work, we'll burn them.
Who are you really?
We're the wild bunch of women.
So you're notorious wild bunch that I've heard so much about. I've heard it said you're the offspring of the devil, but I must admit I've never expected this from a group such as yours. It honestly feels like a betrayal. You chose to lie to me rather than simply ask for help. The church is not without heart. Please fill your packs with food and canteens with water. It is best if you leave immediately.
We're sorry, Father Santiago, but we needed a rest before we headed to Mexico. Didn't expect to find you with kindness.
I understand. When you live only by violence, you expect only to receive violence in return. Maybe, one day, you'll see that people of the faith don't turn down people in need. Farewell.
Girl, we still haven't heard anything. I'm going with you, Mark. Sister Spot's taught me how to shoot. Let me around when I watch your back.
Don't know how much rock means to me, but the best way you can help is by staying safe and being happy. Go back to Father Santiago.
No! Please, take me with you. Don't leave me behind.
I can't. Where we're going, there is no future. You have a better chance here.
Chance of what? Of getting killed by a stray bullet or raped or murdered by a drunk man on the streets? I'd rather take my chance with you.
What if I promise it if I can? I will come for you within a year. Will you stay here then?
She will.
You don't speak for me.
But Abigail, I'm your only friend. And besides, you can stay with me. It'll be warm, there's plenty to eat. My mother will never find you. And if it doesn't work out, you can leave just like you always have.
I'll wait a year. A year, Pearl. Then I'm going looking for you.
It's a deal.
Hey, kid. Keep an eye on George. He's a good one. Keep him on the straight and narrow.
He's such a baby and a pain.
Big rope, kid. Trust me on that.
Why would you make remarks like that? Especially after what just transpired with Zarelda.
She's my daughter, Mary.
What? We left your daughter in San Antonio. How is this possible?
Seems Florinda got tired of raising my girl. but decided to keep her fortune. She's been on the streets since she was 12.
That scheming witch. Just wait till I ride to San Antonio and pay Miss Florinda a visit.
We'll go with you. Before we can do all that, we've got to settle it with Sorella. Where are we going to get that kind of money?
I went out to Fort McIntosh in Laredo. Don't look at me like that. We need money. Stagecoach with the infantry's pay is set to arrive tomorrow. We need tonight we can rob the stagecoach before it reaches it.
And then what? We turn it over to Sorella? She lets us go? Think. She never intended for us to live. We have to be made an example to others.
We live by the gun,
And we die by it.
So what's the plan?
We have to attack them before they can attack us. Catch them off guard, if you get my drift.
I remember seeing a ridge just outside of town.
Maybe we can make our last stand there. Let me see if I can see the ridge from the top of the water tower. Julie, hand me a spyglass.
Do you see anything?
Yes. I see Zerelda's camp. There's nobody there.
What do you mean?
I mean, not a living soul is there.
Where could they have gone?
Pearl, they're riding this way. We got maybe 10 minutes before they make it to town. That no good line Weasel Zerelda sets up.
We should have known better than to trust her word.
We could have run away and made our way to the border of another town. She got hit straight in the heart and died before she hit the ground. In a rage, Chile splashed through all the dynamite at the riders did. Quite a bit of damage, but there were still dozens of men left. So they were covered with hundreds of bullets before they could take cover.
Together! Together!
Pearl? Pearl! I'm out of bullets.
So, Mary, your side is bleeding.
Leave it alone. There's nothing to be done. We've had a good ride, Pearl. Right?
Yes, we've had one hell of an adventure. Try not to talk anymore.
Pearl, do you see that light? It's so... Pearl!
I didn't think you had the guts to go out like this.
Did you expect to find a bunch of hysterical women crying for mercy? We're the wild bunch, not afraid of the devil or you.
Oh, yes. I'd heard from everything you've gone through. Jesse told me that by leaving one of you alive, others would hear of this killing and be too afraid to betray you. Now, if it had been anyone else, I would have let them go on their way. But you, I don't think I have taught it to you.
That jealousy of yours is gonna get you killed one day.
Drop it! Now!
Why, Padre, ain't you supposed to be a man of God? Didn't you hear the Bible? Thou shalt not kill.
I'm an Old Testament kind of priest. David wrote, "And blessed be the Lord, my rock, who trains my arms for war and my fingers for battle."
Psalms 144:1.
I'm gonna start by shooting off your arms, then your legs, then your eyes, then your...
I've got a lot of men.
I just have to kill you.
It's fine, Padre. We were just thinking. I guess Jesse got what he wanted. A witness to tell his story. Oh, Padre, I'd sleep with one eye open tonight if I were you. God ain't always watching.
Right? Roger.
making people like me brothers. I had no idea what to do with myself. I had to give them my guns and stop shooting people every time they made me angry. But not before visiting Miss Florinda and avenging my attitude. Father Santiago let me stay at his church for a while before I decided to open a hotel with the business I brought back from San Antonio. A couple of years later, I told Abigail the truth. And after a difficult beginning filled with tears and recrimination, I finally found my purpose for living. Abigail ended up marrying George, and they asked me to move to New York with him, as he was starting his new business.
Mama, are you ready?
Yes, I'll be right down. Just let me close his chest.
Are you okay, Mama? I know today's the anniversary of the death of your friends. Not friends.
Family.
Do you miss them terribly?
No. They're always with me.
That's all that counts then. Don't be too long, Mom. George wants to be at the opera in 30 minutes.
Can you imagine? Me,